Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. This is Waqar and I'm really excited to have Mr. Rodney Stokes on my show. And we have this 14, number four, positive vibe number 14. And I'm really excited to have Mr. Rodney Stokes, who is the founder and CEO of Social Prospector Pro Software. And he's going to share some valuable advices about about this organic marketing, lead generation, and we're going to learn something about his own journey, how he started, and definitely we are going to have an awesome session out there. So hey Rodney, what's up?
Hey, let me unmute myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing, man? It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing absolutely wonderful and really excited to see you live. And I really admire your work, the way you're doing, providing valuable stuff to people who are, really suffering in organic marketing. And so let's start off our show. Uh, we'll talk about, you'd like to learn about yourself, your backstory, how you started, even before this online you journey, what were you doing and how everything got started.
Oh, okay. So I've been around for 10 years now. So I first when I came online, it was back in 2011. And
All right.
I just graduated from college, and basically my mindset was just basketball. You could probably
Okay.
tell, I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'8". I played basketball. That's my favorite sport. I've played it all my life. And at the
All right.
time, I was planning on going overseas, going professional, trying to work my way up, making some money. But
Right.
if you're an NBA fan or anybody who watches this, you know that in 2011, that's when they had the NBA lockout. And so
Right.
all of the NBA players were going overseas and taking all of the overseas players' spots, and people who were just trying to get their foot in the door really didn't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
So yeah, so I had to try to find a way to make money, but then also
Okay.
not get tied down to an actual career or 9 to 5 because I wanted to play ball. And so
Right.
the first thing that came to my mind, go on the computer, Google make money online or ways to make money online. And from
All
there,
right.
man, it just I kind of got obsessed with it. I started off in the network marketing side of stuff, and
All
one of
right.
the first programs, yeah, I joined a company called Five Links, and I was trying
Okay.
to figure out how to promote that online. One of the first programs I joined was My Lead System Pro, or MLSP for short. And from there, once I plugged into that, I started learning different strategies on. At the time, I was doing a lot of Twitter marketing, so I was getting a lot of
Okay.
results from Twitter. Then I moved over to YouTube, and I was just learning different workarounds and different loopholes and tricks. And at
Right.
the time, it was a lot easier to make money online, in my opinion, especially doing the
All right.
organic stuff because
Right.
you didn't have the Google slaps, you didn't have all these updates, and it was a wide open thing. Everybody was
Exactly.
making right, not
Right.
everybody, but a lot of people were making money.
A lot
So
of people.
yeah, to fast forward, man, I've always just been a guy who was into traffic. So in 2013, I finally thought to get myself a coach. I paid a guy named Todd. I'm not gonna say his full name, but I paid him, I think, $200 for like an hour of his time. And
Okay.
basically everything that I was telling him I was running into, he was like,
Mhm.
okay. He just listened, and then at the end, he just told me one thing that just clicked. Pretty much, I showed him my budget on how much I was paying for traffic. I was paying for solo ad traffic. 100% of my advertising was solo ads. And he basically asked me, well, why don't you sell solo ads? And I thought about it, I thought to myself, well, why would I sell solo ads? And he said, well, think about it. Just like Facebook, just like Google, just like these different platforms, you get paid up front when you provide traffic. So
Right.
hopefully, say for example, if John Smith wanted to order traffic or he wanted to pay for Facebook PPC, he's paying
Right.
Facebook their price, regardless if he gets results, if his funnel is put together well, or if he does a good job after that traffic goes to his website. That has nothing to do with Facebook. He paid Facebook for the traffic, they sent it, and then their job was done. And
Right.
so, right, once I understood that, and I kind of knew that it was like guaranteed money and it was upfront money, I went over to the email marketing traffic route. And from there, I've learned, I mean, to basically, to sum it up, I've provided traffic for a lot of big names in this industry. I've seen a lot of successful funnels. I've seen a lot of bad funnels. I've seen why funnels fail, common mistakes that people make. So just learning those different ins and outs and comparing and contrasting, I kind of started to put together little tools that will help myself get results along the way. For every little thing that I needed to do, any roadblock, I would try to figure out how to get past it. And if I could, I would create a tool. And that way I
Right.
can automate it next time I run into that. And so fast forward to, I would say, 2016, I started kind of getting more and more into creating tools and scripts and stuff like that. And at the time, I was still doing a lot of team building stuff. I wasn't really into network marketing, but I was in the biz op space where I was still
Okay.
team building and building a team and referring people. And I let a
Right.
couple of people on my team in this particular company called Skinny Body Care. I let a couple people on my team use a few scripts right away. Within like 2 days, they got results for the first time, and their mind was blown. They were saying, "Where was this the whole time? This is amazing." And then at that point, I thought, well, why don't I just package it up and put it out to everybody, because I know everyone needs it, because everybody needs traffic and leads, especially for free. And so
Right.
that's when I kind of came up with the idea to come out with my software company and put out tools specifically for people who are looking to prospect on social media, and especially people who are looking to not pay, especially that much money, because you're going to pay for the tool, but the tool is going to give you, results for free, if you get what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So how's it going so far? As since 2016, you said you launched this kind of software business. So how's it going so far? And how many subscribers you got, so far in that particular software?
Well, in 2016, that's when I started kind of creating different scripts and tools for myself. So
Okay.
I actually didn't start I created my software company at the end of 2019, and I didn't actually start putting things out and getting feedback and stuff until around April of last year, with 2020, amongst all the
Okay.
craziness, So it it's been good, to be honest with you. It's been really good. And I think that the pandemic kind of helped in a way too, because so many people were at home, and so many people
Right.
were trying to look for extra ways to make money, and finally coming online to see, can I make some income on the internet? So last year was really well. I haven't done anything with paid advertising. So right now I'm at the point where I'm kind of getting things ready to start scaling up with some paid ads and bringing more members in. But last time I checked, everything's 100% organic. But last time I checked, we had a little bit over probably 2,500 users of Social Prospector Pro. The amount
Wow.
of them that are still active, I think, is between like 700 to 800 or something.
Right.
But again, we're growing organically, and a lot of it is referral based and everything. And then also I have a whole suite of other complementary tools that help people when they get to a certain stage. They might run into an issue, and this tool will help with that. So that's
Right.
primarily my focus, just building out the suite of tools that helping people get the results, and then get it prepared for scaling up. So far so good.
All right, great. Your story actually resembles mine as well, because my online struggle is, it's all about, I was doing sort of a side hustle for the past especially for past 5 years, but
Mm.
ever since this pandemic hit, I was like serious, kind of serious, man. I started exploring things, and got into ClickFunnels, got into different organic marketing, and then I actually found out that organic marketing actually takes a lot of time. But I got your Social Prospector Pro software, and I found out that this is the software that every social marketer should need it, should use it, because when we say that we start our online business, the number one question is who. I mean, the right customer to add into our Facebook profile, right? So I think your tool is really wonderful, and it really helped me out. So tell us about your struggle. Did you actually had that kind of struggle? You also doing some organic marketing as well. So did you face that struggle, and then you came up with the solution?
Oh yeah. So actually, so I paid the first guy to
Yeah,
mentor me. Well, kind of a coaching call, and then the second time, I'll say his name because this is a good friend of mine, Wayne Crow. I paid Wayne
yeah,
Crow. I think it was 5 years ago. I paid him to teach me some of his tactics because he's a very smart guy. He has his own company called Traffic Domination, but he knows the in and outs of conversions. Kind of the things that he showed me, it was a paradigm shift. And I started because here's the thing, a lot of us, and I love Russell Brunson. For those of you whoever's listening, if you're looking for a guy who really knows his stuff, besides Z, Zay, myself,
yeah.
um, Russell Brunson, this guy's brilliant, and basically, oh, I just lost my train of thought. So basically, Russell Brunson teaches that everyone has a superpower and that your strength
Exactly.
is what we think is our weakness. Like me, like I'm more of a techie person. I don't
Right,
really I don't want to be on the camera and stuff all day and doing all of the social stuff. I'd rather just make it work and then put it out there, right? So
right,
what I think is a weakness is actually a strength because it makes people connect to you because the average person doesn't want to be on camera and present and do these presentations and stuff like that. So
yeah,
when I met Wayne, when I got some mentorship from Wayne, he showed me that things that I was kind of taking for granted because I've had a whole bunch of tools and systems for myself that were just there doing things for me,
right,
right? And he would say, "Man, what is that?" Like I was showing my screen, and I'm like, "Oh, well, that's Click Grabber Pro. It does this, this, and that for me." And he's saying, "Well, who else has it?" And I said, "No, it's just mine." And it will blow his mind that I will create these things and nobody else knew about it. And so he kind of gave me a paradigm shift to where I thought, again, if I had these issues, a lot of other people out there are struggling with this. And that's when I started kind of being open to, putting systems and softwares and stuff out there. But up until that point, I would say I struggled, but I would say the majority of the things that I struggled with was kind of pinpointing what I was actually happy with as far as a business because I went the
right,
network marketing route. I did that a couple of times. I was joining these different crypto things, and some of them was falling apart. Some of them took people's money. So it was just really bouncing around and trying to apply my skills that I accumulated onto something where I can call home and I was proud of. That was the biggest thing that I struggled with because who wants to try to build up something for it to
right,
be 6 months later?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Um, but yes, I mean, I struggle just like everybody else. The only thing is, I made a commitment that once I stopped playing basketball, that was my dream. Once I stopped playing basketball, I said I'm never going to quit another dream that I have or another goal that I have. I'm going to stay with it. So I literally told myself that I'm going to figure this stuff out. Period. There's no ifs,
right,
ands, or buts. So it's just longevity. That's all it is. You just stay with it. Whoever's the best in something is they have done it longer or they got more practice in. That's
right.
it's like a saying. The difference between I think a yellow belt or a white belt, whatever the first belt is in karate, the difference between a white belt and a black belt is repetition. That's it.
Repetition. Exactly,
Literally doing the
exactly.
same thing, but they've done it more times and they've done it longer. That's all.
So basically, you're saying that during this your entrepreneurship journey, you've done like network marketing, your crypto thing. It quite resembles to myself as well. And until and unless I found out, okay, this is the thing. Like this is the as I saw this click funnels and this world is totally different. And I thought, man, this is the thing. So as you found out that okay, now this is the software that is really helpful for other people, and after that you started pushing that software and I mean providing solution to people out there who are struggling, and you in turn you made money, right? This is all about the entrepreneurship. So tell us about now to move towards the the software features and what exactly it does and how important it is to have it if you are if someone into organic marketing, and the amount of time which this software can save, it's really, really great. So I would like you to actually explain what features the software has, and the other, features that as soon as you move to the next level in your software. So tell us about your software thing.
Sure. So let me see if I can share my screen on here. Let's see, share screen, and let me know if you see it.
Okay. Yeah,
See
I
my
can
screen?
add it to my stream.
Okay. You see it?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So what you see right here is a 4-step process. It's the same exact step process that I went through when I created my software company. And
Right.
the first thing you want to start off with is you want to think, who do I want to serve? Who is my perfect customer? So
Exactly.
yeah, so that is often, I wouldn't say it's the hardest part, but it's overlooked. People don't take it serious enough because this is the building block that everything else is built on top of. So if you don't really take this part serious, you're going to miss out, right? And you're going to be in a business that's either going to fail or you're going to be miserable every single day. So once I figured out
Exactly.
exactly who I wouldn't mind working with on a daily basis as far as customer support and all of those things, I then asked myself, where can I find them or where they're hanging out? The beautiful thing about Facebook is everything is in the public, even the private groups. The fact that you can find hundreds of groups that are targeted for whatever your specific niche is a blessing because
Right.
I'll show you in a second. But once I figured out who I wanted to serve and then I pinpointed where they're hanging out on Facebook, I then said, what bait will I use to attract them? And then I said, what result do I want to give them? So just remember those questions, and I'm just going to pull up Social Prospector Pro real quick. So this software right here, I often break it down into two different um, objectives. So starting off, what I advise people to do is just clean up your Facebook profile. Your existing Facebook profile, as it is right now, is probably in worse shape than you can imagine. As far as the amount of dead leads you have on your list, as far as deactivated friends. Just to tell you a story, I had a user named Mona, and she was excited. She had just signed up. And she said, "Well, I'm gonna go through the tutorials, but where do you think I should start? Which feature I should start with first?" And I said, "Well, look, if you want to see something interesting, as soon as you log into the software, go to the deactivated profiles, which is what I'm on right now, and see how much dead weight you have on your friend." And her mom was blown. She had like 590 or 600 or something deactivated friends. And these people can be deactivated because Facebook deactivated them for, doing something weird, or they chose to disable their Facebook account. Either way, they're not going to see your offer. So they're taking up space from people who would like to see your offer. So you can see on
Right.
this account, yeah. So on my personal account right here, I have 6 people that are deactivated. If I wanted to, I can go through, or I can click select all, and I can remove them. But let me show you something else. Oh, I just exited out on accident. But let me just explain something else to you while this loads back up.
Okay.
So again, it's two different objectives. So starting off, you want to make sure you use it as a Facebook management tool, a Facebook profile management tool. Just like I said, to remove the dead weight, the deactivated friends on your account. Also, you can clean out old messages, or what I like to do is, and I'm just basically killing time as this loads up. What I like to do is I'll go through the mass message remover tool. And I have so many people that just spam me, that send me, their links, or it's Chrome extensions and stuff out here in the marketplace that kind of tries to message you and ask you
Right.
basically why you send me a friend request. So
Right.
yeah, so I'll go through and I'll individually click on all of those type of messages, and I'll let the software remove all of that stuff because you know, it might be profitable for someone else to do that, but at this point, I can't individually go and try to, have those type of conversations with people. But the overall objective, once you clear out your friends list, you remove the dead weight, you remove all the old messages, and basically you have that settled with, then it turns from a Facebook profile management tool to a lead generation tool. And as soon as it loads up, I'll show you. But let me just open up my Facebook account. And I'm going to give you an example. It's the same example that's on the sales page. You just exit out of this. So say, for example, my business, my company was to sell dog food. And a person might think, how in the world can I organically, get people in front of my offer? If I sell dog food, how can I find the right people? So people automatically assume they have to do paid ads because they think that's the only way they can get targeted like that. But what if I told you that there are hundreds of communities on Facebook with people who are obsessed with their dogs, who are obsessed with how their dogs look, how their dogs smell, and what their dogs eat? And so one of these groups you can go to is a dog lover community. Now, this is an open group. So I can see every post inside of here, but say it was closed. All you got to do is click to join. Say you join 5 to 10 of these type of groups. Now, what you have access to is 45,000 members who treat their dog like an extended, like a family member. These people care about their dogs. So if my profile, remember the third and fourth question on here, what bait will I use to attract them? And what results do I want to give them? Well, the result is I want to give them premier, organic, high quality dog food because they love their dogs. They want to take care of their dogs. And I want to sell that as a product. Now, what bait do I want to put out there? I'll just use my business as an example. I have a software company. I help people generate leads for free on Facebook. So that's the results that I want to give people. I already know where my customers are hanging out. My future customers are hanging out. And here's the bait that I want to use to attract them. Free cheat sheet, 4 steps to hacking your Facebook profile for unlimited lead sales and signups. If they click on that, they can see download free cheat sheet. They click on this. Well, it's blocking me because it's my IP on that tracking link. It takes them directly to this page.
Okay.
And that brings up a good point too. See, I'm tracking these clicks. I track every single aspect that's going on my Facebook account. So because I'm tracking these clicks, I don't want to mess up my stats. So I made it so it blocks my own IP. But again, it takes them to this page. They see the congruency. Okay, it says the same thing again. Free cheat sheet. This is where I'm supposed to land. They look at the reviews. They say, okay, well, this seems harmless, and they see the benefits. They decide to opt in. Now I just generated a free lead that probably would have cost me $3 to $5 to $7 if I would have ran Facebook PPC. I think they say on average, and I suck at Facebook ads, right? That's one of the main reasons I don't do them. But they say on average, you're going to pay about $3 per lead on Facebook ads, no matter how good you are or what. That's just the average now. So I just generated a lead that is very interested in what I have to offer. And I know they're interested because I'm about to show you, because I targeted them. Let me just show you real quick. Let's go back to the dog lover example. So I'm going to go to the dog lover community, and now you're going to see something different. You see how that's blinking red?
Yep.
See these posts that have engagement? It's going to blink red. The reason it's blinking red, look at this. Does your dog have an Instagram? If so, put the handle. This is insane. These people are passionate, and that's exactly what type of market you want to get in. So I want to click right here on that blinking 21 people that engage. And you can see now it pops up and it shows options. Option to friend only mutual people. So people who have things in common or people in common with you. Or you can leave it unchecked. And if you press start, it's going to scroll down the page to load up all of these pending things that you can send a friend request to. It's going to come back to the top, and it's going to individually friend request every single person on this post. So a person might think, well, why do I want to friend request someone? Why don't I just put my link inside of the group? That's the bad, that you don't want to think that way, because that's the fastest way to get kicked out of that group and banned for life. And then you're going to come off as a spammer. No one wants to buy or join something from a spammer. So what you want to actually do once you're starting to do this process and you're sending friend requests every single day, look at this, 159. Maybe you want the most passionate people. Maybe you'll click on the hearts only and click start, and then it'll friend request. But once you start to friend request every single person that you come across in these targeted groups and targeted posts, what's going to happen is Facebook allows us to have 5,000 friends at any given time. Now, imagine if every single person that was friends with you on your Facebook profile was your perfect prospect or your perfect customer. Or they've, say, for example, I also do solo ad traffic, which I told you. So my perfect customer is a person who understands capture pages, who knows about funnels, who knows about follow up. They know they need traffic, they know they need leads. So my barrier of entry is easy. If
Right.
I can target a person who understands that this is not a pyramid scheme, yes, it's possible to make money online. That's the issue that most people run into when they're trying to
Right.
oversell. They're targeting their aunt, their uncle, their cousin, people they went to school with. These people who are, they don't have that, they're not pre-framed. So the secret is you want to pre-frame some of these people. Let's do our lead system. You want to target people who have already been pre-framed and know exactly what steps it takes in the process.
Right.
So people inside of this group power lead system, 47,000 people. First of all, they paid to get inside this group. They paid between $7 up to probably a couple $100. I can't remember what it is now. So we know they spend money. So we know they're a believer in online marketing. And then also power lead system, everything they teach is about funnels, conversions, capture pages, follow up. They basically train my crowd. They train my prospect for me. And inside of
Right.
this group, all I do is friend request as many people as I can on a daily basis to get to 5,000 people on my list. And now every single time I post, I'm going to get likes, shares, I'm going to get views. But most importantly, I'm getting eyeballs on my offer, my service, whatever it is that I sell. And I know every single time is being seen by the perfect person. There's no better person that can see my
Right.
Facebook posts. So people say, well, Facebook decreased the reach every year. It went down. It used to be 2%. Can you see me?
Yes, yes, I can see you.
Yeah, so people like to complain. They say, well, yeah, but Facebook ads, you can pay and you can, get views faster or whatever. And that's all well, that's well and good. But the smart marketers and myself, I did this as well. The very first time that you promote something, the very first time you launch something, it's going to fail because it's going to
Right.
suck at first. Even when I came out with Lead Grabber Pro, that first month,
Mhm.
I was literally taking suggestions. Someone said, well, this shouldn't work this way, or what about this? What if you add this? And I was making notes and I was improving it. Every single week, I was making updates. I was basically getting all of the feedback from the members, and it was like a consultants. It was like a couple hundred consultants that were taking a look at my software that were paying, so they were still customers, and they were giving feedback. And in exchange, I was doing all the improvements and updates based on their feedback. And then what I did was I grandfathered them in. So when the price went up, because at the time it was $30 a month for the pro version, and when the price went up to the $47 per month, I told everybody as an act of gratitude for all of the feedback and you guys being here from the very beginning, I'm going to grandfather you all in at 30 a month and you'll never pay higher unless you choose to come back and create a brand new account with different details or something for some weird reason. But that's a great strategy that anyone can do when you're putting something brand new out. You want to test with targeted traffic, but why not test with free traffic? It doesn't cost you anything, and you're going to get that feedback that's going to allow you to improve it, which is going to make you more profitable overall. So,
Right.
to sum it up, it's a 4-step process. Once I learned that 4-step process, and I believe I learned it from Russell Brunson again. Um,
Yes, this is quite
yeah,
familiar to me. Looks quite familiar to me.
Yeah, because he teaches that people congregate, people hang out in the same places. Wrestlers hang out in wrestler groups. Basketball players hang out in ESPN groups or whatever it is.
Right, right,
So
right.
once you know that I'm serving wrestlers, all you got to do is become friends. All you got to do is join these groups and then friend request them. Get 5,000 friends that are all wrestlers on your Facebook group, and then post about your wrestling products. And it's going to be hard not to make sales. I mean, that's
And
literally what the process is.
my mind also got blown up when I saw these features, and I was thinking, man, okay, I need to start my organic marketing from scratch, because there are a lot of people who are not relevant to my product and my services. The way I want to promote my to serve my community, right? So it's better to identify. I mean, to select those people, right? in the very beginning that using your software, and that's time saving, life saving if you are a professional organic marketer. So Rodney, really, I'm really impressed with that. So guys, all those who are tuning in, right now, we are going to have a follow up session on that. Okay, and Rodney, I would like you to actually tell us about if there anything, any special offer that you want my audience to have right now, or then we can some sort of free trial or something. It's already there, right? Some free trial is
Well,
already there.
yeah. So right now is $1 for a 3-day trial, and so
Okay.
that's in place. But actually, I'm working on something at the moment. It's and don't hold me to it because it's for Meetup.com, but
Okay.
it works in a similar way. So I'm kind of experimenting on that. So what I'll actually do if we do another call, if we come back
Yeah.
for another interview, or even if it's a training type of call, I can offer I can put together a special offer because by then I might be able to package that together with something special for your viewers. So yeah,
Great.
let's try to do a follow up call and see how that goes.
So, guys, those who are struggling with organic marketing, lead generation through Facebook, and they're tired of paying huge amount to Facebook for generating leads, try these. This software is amazing. It's highly recommended, and it's life saving, time saving for people who are looking for free organic leads. And I'm really thankful for Rodney for showing up here in this show, and that was really helpful and very useful training for all of us. And I'm sure that people are going to join your they're going to buy your product, and they're going to make their life simple. So, Rodney, definitely we are going to have another session very soon, and I'm really thankful for you. And any advice you'd like to, people who are starting their online business, or they're struggling, they don't know what to do. Any advice would you would like to give based on your experiences? That would be great.
It's a lot of advice that I can give. The best advice that I feel that I can give is get mentorship. And it doesn't one thing that I've learned, and it's I forgot who I heard it from, but it's a quote. It goes, wisdom without waiting. Mentorship is wisdom without waiting. And so if you want to speed up that process, the best thing that you can do is go find somebody that's already doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and just pay them for their time. You'll be surprised how many times I've came to someone or I've taught someone this, and they'll come to me and use it on me. It's a lot of times people say, "Look, I'm not going to charge you. Hop on a call with me." And people love. And it's the last thing I'm gonna say. You'll be surprised. People who are knowledgeable about something and people who their whole everything in their mind wraps around that subject, they love talking. So like I said, a lot of times people say, "Look, I won't charge you, man. Let's hop on a call," and they're going to rant, and whatever questions you have, you're going to get your money's worth. So wisdom without waiting. Definitely find a coach, find a mentor. Don't try to experiment on your own because you're going to waste so much more time than you've ever thought, and it's always worth just putting the money up to save yourself some time. So that's
Wisdom without ratings. That is so powerful. That was so powerful to have a mentor and shorten your learning curve. And a lot of my guests have actually said this thing over and over again, and this has become now mandatory to have a mentorship rather going for experimenting and doing things that cost a lot. So, guys, thank you so much, Rodney. I'm really thankful for you for joining this positive vibes. And in the end, I would like to say thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Goodbye.
thank you. Take care.